I'm David Kerr, President. Vice President David Hyatt. Secretary David Jeffries wasn't able to make it tonight. He's had an extreme workload, so he wasn't able to make it. Treasurer Steve Worth. Barbara Rogers wasn't able to make it. She had a family, not an emergency, but a family thing. She had to go take care of her daughter. Okay. Now, we don't really, at this point, have anybody take minutes, so what we're going to do is use the video there, so we'll have a record of it. And so we'll go straight into what we're here for. Okay. There's a project that's been starting, or will be starting in a couple of weeks, actually break ground, over at 170th and Avenue D. It's a very large project. Okay. I've heard different things. I don't know a lot about it because I have never had a formal meeting with the Next Light, which is now First Solar. And even though I've shown interest with them by sending emails, they're a huge corporation. It's almost like a $500 million project. They have a full-time PR person, I believe full-time. They've never met and conferred with any of the people here, never shown up in a meeting. Part of what I was disturbed about the whole thing was I was sending emails and they go, well, we can't make it. And now I'll be honest. All of you know that I'm a novice at this. Okay? And my email account, I send stuff out, I get piles of stuff back. Some of it stays there, some of it gets deleted. Okay? Now, I had 2 emails that I sent, were still in there. And I sent a complaint to First Solar. It took them a while to get back. And I've since had a phone conversation with one individual. Now, they actually, in their records, have 4 emails, I believe, that I sent. Okay?
All right.
Now, it seems to me what the attitude was is that I find it sort of interesting is that they've turned it so it's sort of my fault or our fault that we never followed up. Well, as you all know, we've been pretty busy. Okay? We don't have a full-time PR person. And to me, unless you're going to throw that PR person under the bus, that person should have been sending an email once a week, call me once a week. They had my information. Our information's on record at the county supervisor's office. And I know that the supervisor's deputy over there contacted them right after this town council was formed. He says, you should get a hold of them. So he did what he was supposed to do. It's not his job to keep, say, well, did you contact them? Did you contact them? So I understand that. The point being is that when you're this giant corporation with all sorts of employees and stuff, your project is deep in our area by any definition. You don't have, well, how shall I say it? You don't contact us. It's either 2 things, maybe 3. Laziness, incompetence, or it's a deliberate policy of not contacting us. We've been here, we've been available. Okay. Now, I got an email today from a member of the press, and they're going, what are you going to ask from them if they ever contact you? And I didn't answer because I was thinking, you know, that's a big, long answer. Okay? And part of the problem is, I don't know much about this project. Okay? Now, some time ago, before this town council was formed, I remember being at an AVRCD, Antelope Valley Resource Conservation District, as a private citizen, and one of their individuals was there. And my concern was, I said, how about your fences? What kind of fences are you going to put up? And they were talking about 8-foot fences with some kind of wire on top. And I said, have you ever considered putting 6-foot fence with regular barbed wire? And everybody who's here knows that that's one of my things, because I'm having this image of Avenue D with a mile of barbed wire, razor wire going up and down. Okay? Now, I don't remember who that person was, but I remember he kind of looked at me like I was made out of cheese. He's going, well, people be climbing the fences and stealing stuff. Well, I think we all know, but I don't want to get into the details about fences. But if someone's going to steal, they go straight through. No one's going to crawl over, take a panel, and crawl back over it. So it's an illusionary sort of security protection. But the point was that whoever that person was kind of looked at me like I was sort of a nut. And I thought I was, as a private citizen, being, you know, that was my concern. Now, here's my issue right now. They never met with us. I don't know what they're doing with the fences, okay? I don't know if they put horse trails in, because they never met with us. I don't know what they're doing over there because they never met with us. And I personally found it very offensive that even though by their records, I sent more than 2 emails, they're sort of making it our fault. Oh, you didn't follow up. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. Okay? So I found that a little offensive.
Was it kind of like this fence they have on 170th here? Have you seen the one on 170th?
Well,
With the barbed wire
you know,
on top?
don't know, because they never came here and talked to us.
That one
Okay.
was pretty tall and got barbed wire. It was kind of. You guys seen it?
Anyways, that was one of my little things. It just really was concerned. Now recently, I have been getting a little bit of response, okay? But what happens is they're saying, well, we're too busy with construction, whatever, to come and visit. Now apparently, even though they said they weren't going to show up, there are 2 members here tonight. Just so everybody knows, because even though I asked them a number of times via email to let me know, so I could put them on as like a presentation or something, they didn't. Okay, so they will have their chance. Speaker cards right here for anybody who wants them, but he's already got his here. Okay. So anyway, I don't know if that answers the press, because I don't know. I'd like to know about the fences. I'd like to know about horse trails. Okay. I've heard through the grapevine that the property that they are giving to some out-of-area conservancy is going to chain link all that area. So it doesn't sound like there's going to be a horse trail in there. All right, it's going to be blocked off. Now, and again, here's another little thing I don't know about. I've heard that they're going to put Joshua trees as a screening device along the road. Well, anybody knows anything about Joshua trees? I don't think they screen anything very well. And it's a nice idea, but you know what? Joshua trees should have their own little area. Don't try to use them for something they're not. Okay? If they had the 6-foot fence, you know, maybe they don't need so much screening. I don't know. We never had any input. And that's what bothers me. And it really bothers me that they try to say, well, it's your fault because you didn't follow up. You know, I have a day job, okay? I don't have a PR person. None of us here can do that. And so that kind of gives a little idea about what it was. Something else to consider. They had a little get-together a while back that was in the paper, all right? That was nice. They're talking about what good neighbors they are. We don't know. We've never talked to them, okay? We don't know what's going on over there. It seems to me like their attitude was that their project, at the end of their project on the west side, starts the Pacific Ocean. There's nobody on this side, okay? But if you look at their map, again, I'm sort of repeating myself, that almost half of their project is on our side. And the entire project is in the historical Fairmont area. I sort of get this image that they took the easy way. They went to an organization that their civic heart is 11 miles away. We're a mile away. If you call Wheatville our civic heart, I mean, that's kind of a definition. But I get this idea. It's like having a dairy. Everybody likes milk. Nobody wants the dairy next door because it smells. Well, when you have an organization that's 11 miles away, the dairy over here is perfect. Okay? We gotta live with it. And I don't have any problem. Everybody here who's been, we don't have a problem with solar, but it's really nice if they talk to us. We've had organizations that are in Kern County come and talk to us. We've got a guy that's got just a little baby project on the other side of the buttes over there. Let's come and talk to us.
Many times.
Well, no. There's a huge project there. Last meeting we had somebody with a little 120 acre, which is a baby project. But he had the courtesy to come by and talk to us. So, anyways, there's two subjects on the agenda. I'll just go ahead and talk about it. Then we'll open up to the floor for anybody who has a speaker card. I'll go ahead and read it. Number 1, discussion and possible action, which means a vote on a complaint letter. REA, AB Solar Ranch 1. Okay. Basically what that idea is, that's a letter that's going to go to the press. It's going to go downtown to the Planning Commission. Which brings up, well, I'll finish that in a second. Number 2, discussion of possible action, a vote on any legal remedies regarding AB Solar Ranch 1. Okay, that'll be a subject in its own. There's a couple different things. I don't know what we're going to do. It's very short. Now, I'll finish it up with this. Okay, when I was talking a couple days ago, I finally was contacted by a representative from First Solar, and he said, well, I won't be able to make it. We're doing lots of construction. Okay, fine, that's fine. And then he said, why don't we meet after construction starts? And that made me quite uncomfortable. I don't know a lot about civil and law and stuff like that, but I do know that once the project breaks ground, it's kind of like, there they go. And what worried me is that despite my efforts in the past to contact them, they never seem to find the time. Now, if they haven't found time for us in the past, why would they find time for us in the future once the project is started? And at that point, it's kind of a joke. Why talk to us? What influences you? Okay? Now, we've talked to other solar groups out here. Things like, say, we want incentives for carpooling. Because I don't know if you've all noticed, but this Avenue D in the morning is starting to get heavy with lots of white trucks. All sorts of stuff going up and down. That's a little bit. Incentives for carpooling. But I don't know, they never talked to us. We never had a chance to put any influence of any kind in it. Anyways, what I'd like to do now, go ahead and open it up. Now the last meeting we had, well, there's something that's, I'm just going to kind of lay out the ground rules. What I'm noticing is, this really has not too much to do with tonight. We do the speaker cards first so that we don't sit here all night. We have a little bit of an idea what's going on. What I'm noticing is people will then wait and they'll ask a question, and that's fine, but that question turns into honing whatever their interest is. Again, that's what this is for. Okay? If you want to ask a question, please ask a question, but don't put out how you feel about it. I think otherwise we'll be here all night. So that's what I'm asking.
Dave, have them come down here where the camera can catch you.
Okay. And it would be nice if you'd step up here, address people. I didn't bring our PA system, so everybody's going to have to speak loudly tonight. And again, let's keep it at 3 minutes. And anybody else want to put in? Okay. All right, we're going to start with Jack Piggott from First Solar.